Welcome back. In this session, we are going to discuss how system is helping in managing the scripting within the application. So let's log in. I'm going to create a new form and then we will see if we write some script or extended script which is written into application, how we can manage and how we can keep all the changes. So let's create a new and make customer form. I'm going to use my demo application, which is demo customer, and let's assign into demo form. We will do the structure to fetch all the important information, and then we can go and define customer ID, which is a unique field, which is user defined field. So let's define this is a string. Now, what we have done the basic setting. So our grid form of data entry is already populated. So let's close this form, and before we close, we just assign the menu, which is the demo form. Let's edit and define demo form. Post it. Now, when we come back, we can have a customer and then we have in the demo form, but somehow it didn't appear, so just let's log in again. Here we have a customer form. Now it has a standard setting. When we design the form, I can make some changes and make it this one big. Okay, now basically this session is 100% dedicated for the scripting, so I will not talk about system design and other thing. But what I'm going to see now, this form is a customer form. So let me go to the scripting, which is a new form. This is the scripting library. So I want to see for the customer form, like for the customer form, which kind of scripting is already available in the application. So there is a lot of customers, and then we can find customer. This is our customer form. I'm talking about this customer form. Now on the customer form, we have a scripting written on event before post. Now this is the event we have written on the before post. Now let's see how this event works. Like this event is basically is trying to see if there is a required field, system will give the error message. So let's close this form, go back to demo customer. By default, all fields are allowed to enter the data now. So what I'll do, I'll go and I'll enter some of the field as a required. Like take example, customer ID is customer is basically a required field. So let's make it required, and then you make it name also required, customer name. Okay. Now, if we are trying to enter the data on this form, so when I click new, if I enter contact name Jack, title manager, and try to save, now it's giving me error like transaction detail. Okay, now what happened when I created this form, I didn't assign the menu. So what the system has understood, like this form is going to be detailed. So the script which has been attached for the master detail is the wrong one. So let's go and do the modification in the script. This is the idea, like, to show how the scripting is going to manage. So I'm going on before post. This is the code we have. Now this code has error. This should be QR trans feed detail is because it's the master form. So what we need to do, we need to replace, delete this detail word. So let me do it manually instead of doing cut and paste so we can understand. So all the places I'm changing trans field detail, and this is trans field detail. Okay, so we have done the changes. Now once the changes is done, what we need to do, we need to double click. Once you double click, it's saved. Just to make sure if it's saved, you can see everything is saved. So let's come back now and again load the form. Now go back again, say Mr. Jack Manager. Now it says again there is a document detail. Now this is the master form. So this form is treated with, as a document head. Still system is assuming like the form is in the detailed form. So let's go on excuse me, on before post. Now the error is here it has to be head. Rest everything is fine. So let me, before post, everything is done. So let's go back and load the form again. Now contact name Jack Manager. Now see, customer ID is blank, so the event is working. Now my main purpose was not to show how event is working, but to show how the scripting is working. So let's go back now and see our customer form. So I will write here. Now you can see here carefully, I have done the changes 2 times. This is my final code. But to reach on this code, I have done the changes 2 times. The first time I have changed this transaction detail, and the second time I have done the changes again, in the, like you can see here, the first it was, the first changes, and this is this is the first changes, and this is the second changes. So you can see here the first time it was trans detail field detail and the document detail was there, and second changes was again the document detail was there, and we have done now it's came back and it's become document head. So system within the system, we are able to manage all the scripting changes which is happening during the customization of application, and what we are capturing, who is doing which, from which PC or laptop or device has been done, and what is the date and time for these changes. Now this was basically, you can say, on on database level. Like on any level, if you create any kind of scripting, it will appear. Let's go back and try something else. Now this form which we have, which is a demo form, which is a grid kind of entry. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this one as a standard data entry form, and I will change the grid size so we can have a control publish on the form. So I will have a form like this, save it, just go to the setup and tell system, please give me a standard data entry format. So to do this, you have to change the form type, grid control, post it, then come to the screen field. Now the system is telling you your grid top is 247. So let's make it 250, and how many fields you want in one row. I'm going to tell them, give me the two field in each row, and my left is 10. So basically I given the coordinate, and then I'm telling system, please design a screen for me. Once you have done everything, you have to optimize object, which is, you can say it's a compilation kind of thing. Let's close it here, and then come here. Now you can see it's a professional data entry form has been designed without writing a single line code. Now here, if I want to make any kind of scripting, like take example, I have a button from here which does the insert. Instead of using that button, if I create my own button and do the scripting, so let's cancel it, go back to setup and add a screen button here, insert data. Okay, optimize it because you added a object in this. Close it, close it. Whenever we are doing any changes in the setup, you need to reload the form. Now I have a button here which I'm going to keep, but there is no script written on this button right now. So let's save it and go back to field setting events and look for, this is my button. So I'm going to write on click. First I will write show message just to see is working. Insert button is clicked. Okay, then I will write document head dot insert. So it will do the same activity which has been done by a standard function. Now let's close it and go back to demo form. So here, if I click now, it shows insert button is clicked and is in data entry mode. Now, just to see how it works properly, let's say cancel, and first you click all the record, and then you click insert so you can figure out this button is working. Now, as we need to check, we need to check how the script library has managed its coding. Let's go back in the script library and check customer form. So you can see the difference now. Now we have a one button event which is on click, and the data field object name basically is insert data. So this code is there. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this show message. So I'll go to the customer form, go back to setup, transaction field, and see here insert. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this line. So basically we have done a changes. So the system must keep my last code which was there in the application. So let's go back here, and you don't need to do anything, just need to refresh Now here, okay, now you can see I have two code. Okay, let me reload it and see. Now I have two code. One is my final code, which is the document insert, and second, my previous code, which was written. So basically, system is capable now to managing all kind of scripting changes, which is done within the application, no matter in which form you're doing, in which event you are doing. As I have shown you, there was two scripting object we have done. We have done a before, post, and this. Apart from this, if you want to search anything within the application, like take example, if you want to see like there is a procedure, SQL procedure to convert number to word. So if I say number, now because this event is already activated, so let's close it and load the form in the fresh, so there is no issue for the, here I'm writing num to word. If I have any SQL procedure written on this, or just like write number, now there is no number, or let's keep it browse all, and here I can see all the messages, everything. Let me check now. Procedure. Okay, now I'm not able to see all the SQL procedure, all the scripting where the word procedure is used. Okay, so you can see using the keyword, system will tell you from which form is coming. Like you can see this is coming from the database copy, this is external lookup, this is transaction lookup. So basically it's searching from everywhere. Now see here there is a procedure called Naina get a structure. Now, this is SQL procedure. If somebody wants to search like where this stored procedure has been used, and if I type here, I will get. So basically, you are searching the code in the live application. Like wherever we are have written anything, like take example, I have written a word called document insert. Just now for the particular customer form, I have entered a document insert. So if I go and write here document head dot insert, exactly it find the particular record. So using this feature, whatever code you are managing within the application, it will be available, okay, on the fly. And if you want a particular, take example, I have a backup process, okay. Now, in the backup process, there is a form called database copy, or I think it's a backup. So let me check here. I have a backup routine basically. So this is the database copy form. Now, if I want all the code related to database copy to export it, so if I want here data, and I will write, now I have how many codes? I have this much event in the application. If you have a, if you have a permission and your Excel button is enabled, if you click it, all the final code will be exported into Excel. You need to do some kind of, so basically you have all the code exported into Excel, and then you can do whatever you want. This feature, when I was developing, the idea was like, because as ID is not producing any code which you can save it, but using the scripting library, we can manage our all kind of functions and code, and also it will keep all the changes done by anybody within the application. So this was the introduction for the scripting, and it has a filtration on on any data. You can do the filtration. Like suppose if you want to see a table events, so you write here table. It will give you all the table level event if it's written anywhere. If you want like reports, so if you write reports, these are all the reports level event, like anything. On any event you want, like the system is divided into five section: table, reports, then I have rdb, grids. Okay, these are the grid events. Okay, there is the event for the fields. So you can say I have three event for the fields, and you can. I was doing the testing, so we have lot of revision of the code. So this scripting is one of the most unique feature of this application, and I hope in future the consultant will enjoy using this, using this form, and this will make our life easier. Not to, keeping the source code and looking where is the latest course source code and where the changes was happening. Thank you.